Hello everyone, thanks for joining me for the video today. Hope you're all keeping well. So the focus for today's class will be looking at the root chakra, which is also called the Muladhara chakra. So it's a really nice one, a bit of a follow-up a little bit from what we did last week as well. The class that was all about the feet and the ankles, as the root chakra, it relates a lot to the legs, the feet, also the base of the spine. So for today's class, grab yourself whatever you need. If you've got a blanket, that's going to be really handy, a block, a brick's going to be great as well. If you need a belt as well, we don't necessarily need it for the class, but if you like one for the forward folds, then grab yourself one. So we'll start off coming down, lying down to the floor. Take time to make sure you're in a nice comfortable position. And we'll all start off first of all with allowing our legs to bend so that we can feel the feet on the earth. So the legs are going to bend. We can keep them hip distance apart or slightly wider if you need to. And the arms are resting down by the sides of the body. We're letting the eyes closed, or we're keeping a soft gaze. We're starting to bring some awareness just into the body right now. We're starting to be aware of just how we're feeling. We're being aware of our connection to the earth right now. So just really take your awareness to what's underneath you right now. What part of your body can you feel touching the floor? And just gently scan through these areas, just gently root down. So the root chakra is the very first one in the series of the 7 chakras. And chakras, there are energetic systems in the body that run up the spine. So the root chakra, it is at the base of the spine, and it relates to the legs and the feet. It's all about rooting, but at the same time, feeling that you can draw up as well. From rooting down, you can draw up. So when we engage the pelvic muscles, that's going to be a sense of feeling that as well. It gives us our sense of feeling grounded, stability, and safe. So just really let the body relax now you've made that connection to the body today. Let your shoulders soften and release. And let your attention just slowly guide to your own breath. And just be there, just watch, just follow your own breath without judging it, just simply follow it. So you might like to set yourself an intention for the class today, and something that is going to relate with this root chakra. So it might be something on the lines of being able to invite inner peace into your practice today. It might be about releasing any fears of anxiety that you might be holding right now. It might be about trusting in the flow of life. Another really good one as well is about believing yourself and feeling grounded. So if any of those resonate with them, let you just think of them. You might mentally repeat that to yourself as well. You might like to say that when you come to some of your poses as well. Check in with that intention. So when it feels okay, you're going to start to just breathe in and out through the nose from here. And keeping the body as relaxed as you can. And today we're going to add a count to the breath just to bring a sense of feeling calm with the breath. We're going to go for the Samavitri, the equal breath. So as you breathe in, you're going to just count to 3. And as you breathe out, you're going to count to 3. Again, breathing in to your count of 3. And breathing out to your count of 3. And we're going to stay here for a few more moments, really making this connection with the breath. If you feel that your breath is very long today, then you can move it up to a 4-4-4 count. If it feels fine being at 3, just enjoy that equal part breath and feel this calmness that you are creating with your breath. Maybe feeling it relaxing the body a little bit more. Maybe feeling just with the breath a sense of calmness and peace. With your feet, you can feel the feet on the floor as your legs are bent, and you might just feel your connection to the earth today out through your feet. You might feel that you draw up anything good, the energy of the earth. And as you breathe out, feel that you're releasing, letting go of anything that you don't need right now. Breathing in, that drawing up, feeling energy. And breathing out, letting go of whatever we don't need in our life right now. So one more, breathing in, drawing up. Breathing out, releasing, letting go. And just begin to allow that count to drop away from you. And then from here, we're going to allow ourselves to just draw the soles of the feet together. So for our Baddha Konasana. So the knees are opening out to the side and the hips are opening from here. And just allow your hands to just come to the belly. And just take a few moments again to find your breath. And feel for a moment that this pose and your connection to the breath just invites a bit more peace and a bit more calmness into your life right now. Just be aware of your feet. Take your awareness to the feet and notice what part of your foot is touching each other. Take your awareness to the toes, from your big toe, second toe, third toe, fourth toe, and your little toe. Take your awareness into the balls of the feet that are gently pressing in towards each other. Notice the arch of the foot. And be aware of your soles of the foot, the heel of the foot that's now pressing in. Just be connected to this energy that we can start to feel in the lower part of the body. You're going to cross your thumbs from here, link the thumbs, link the arms, and extend the arms behind. And just have a really nice stretch from here. Allow your chest, your heart to open up. And start to feel just a bit more space from here. And then release the arms and allow yourself just to help the legs and the feet up by drawing the feet back, knees up towards the sky and drawing the knees back in towards the chest. Shoulders nice and relaxed from here. You can have a bit of a rock from side to side. And then taking the legs back down to the floor. So you can keep the legs bent or we can extend the legs. We're going to do a few movements with the breath where we work with our knees to chest pose, as that's a really nice connection to the root chakra, as it also works into the base of the spine from here. So legs are either extended or your legs are bent. You're going to take an inhale, you're going to raise the arms behind you, and as you breathe out, bend your knees, draw your knees in towards the chest. And we'll take a few like this. So inhale, extends the arms, press your legs away or keep them bent. Breathing out, draw the knees in towards the chest. Hold around to your legs. Inhale, extending away with your arms and your legs. Breathing out, drawing your knees towards you. We'll take one more from here. Inhale, extends the arms away. And breathing out, draw the knees towards you. Let your hands move now behind the back of your thighs and just allow your legs to lengthen up towards the sky. Give the legs a nice stretch. Draw your toes. If it feels okay for the muscles to do so, take your toes down towards the face. And just let your face relax from here. You're going to bend your legs. You're going to take the feet to the floor. Arms down by the sides of the body, and we're going to prepare for our bridge. So think about connection to the earth today. You're going to inhale, we're going to lift up your hips, lift the spine away from the floor. And then breathing out, draw your knees in towards the chest. Hands come behind the back of the legs as we inhale. The legs is going to start to lift up from here. And as you breathe out, knees come in towards the chest, knees to chest pose. Legs start to come back down to the floor, legs bend, and as we inhale, we lift up into our bridge pose again. Breathing out, tilt the pelvis forward, lower the spine back down. Inhale, arms come behind the back of the legs as we lengthen the legs up. Breathing out, bending the knees for our knees to chest pose. Inhale, the legs come back down as we start to lift up into our bridge pose. Breathing out, lower your spine back down. We'll do that one more time. Inhale, hands become behind the back of the legs as we lift up. Breathing out, knees to chest as we hug the knees in. Inhale, the legs come back down as we start to lift up into our bridge pose. And then breathing out, pelvis tilts forward as we lower all the way back down to the floor. Just pause there for a moment. Notice what the legs feel. We're starting to wake up the energy channels in the legs and the feet, what's needed for the root chakra. When you're ready, drop your knees to one side and roll yourself all the way over, and we'll come up to a seated position from here. So if Sukhasana, easy seated position, works, we'll come to that. If it doesn't, you can always extend the legs out or lengthen out the legs, whatever feels good for you. And we're going to draw ourselves up nice and tall, shoulders are nice and relaxed from here. And from this seated position, we're going to think about the connection to the earth with what is touching the earth right now through our sit bones, maybe through our feet, maybe through our ankles. And you want to do this feeling that you feel connected, but at the same time, you draw up as well. So it might be a slight engagement of the pelvic areas. We engage from here. Going to raise the arms. So we're going to lift up the arms and just enjoy a really nice stretch from here. You want to get that balance between lifting up and rooting down. So you're rooting down, but at the same time, you're drawing the arms up. And just notice what that feels like, to feel connected, and notice that by connecting, we allow ourselves to feel this lift that moves up. Good. And breathing out, releasing the arms down. And take a seated twist while we're here. And we'll go the right side. So left hand goes on the right knee. And you're going to take your right hand behind you. We're going to inhale, drawing ourselves up, spine lengthens. And then breathing out, we're twisting from that torso towards that right side. So today, think about your connection to the earth. Think about, you can stay firmly rooted, but at the same time, you've got this feeling of drawing up from the earth as well. Feeling you've got this stability. When we can create it in our yoga poses, we can start to feel it more in our everyday life. And then coming back to the centre, releasing off that side. We'll go straight into the other side. So your right hand goes onto the left knee, your left hand's going to sweep behind you. You're going to draw yourself up nice and tall, nice full inhale. And use your exhale to ease into that twist towards that left side. Make sure you don't lift that back shoulder, so drop it back and down. And allow yourself to stay connected to your feeling of feeling grounded, feeling stability with what's on the earth right now, but feel that this allows you to feel lifted in the other parts of the body. And then slowly coming all the way back to the centre from here. Just a little bit of work into the feet, and this is a nice one. We didn't do it when we did the feet and the ankle works the other day, but you're going to really like this one. And it does wake up the feet and the energy channels of the feet. So what you're going to do is you're going to take your right foot, and your other leg can either be crossed or you can lengthen it out. And you're going to pick up that foot from here. If it works, you can take it over that leg, or you might take it to the floor. And what you want is just so that you can start to just give your foot a massage from here. So if you can, use your thumbs and just gently, well, with a bit of pressure actually, just start to massage into the balls of the feet first. Notice what that feels like. So we're waking up those energy channels. And a little bit lower down, give them a nice press to start to notice how that feels. And then if it works, you can have a little press around your heel of the foot from here. And the really nice bit as well from here, you're going to do a little bit of work into the toes. So if it works, if it doesn't work, you can just take your fingers through a tiny bit. But if it is okay, you're going to thread your fingers through your toes from here. So it's kind of like this position from here. And you can just start to slowly just give them a nice release from here. So the heel of the hand is just gently pressing into the ball of the foot. And you're starting to feel some space in between your toes from here. Just starting to wake up those channels in the bottom of the foot, so that when you come to standing poses, hopefully that will help us to feel more awakened to the energy of the earth. And a couple more times. If you went one way, you might do it in the other way from here. And it's really nice. If you think about the feet as well, they get quite squashed. The toes get a bit squashed sometimes in the shoes that we wear. And this gives them a really nice release. And then you can slowly start to release. Notice what that feels like. You probably notice already that foot feels different to the other foot. So we'll do the same on that left leg. So you can lift that foot up, or whatever position feels comfortable, so you can do a little bit of work. You can take your thumbs from here and just start to massage the balls of the feet from here. Just if you've got any feet injuries, anything like that, just working with what's good for you. I'm taking the thumbs down a little bit lower from here, so in the middle of the foot. You can start to press a bit into the heel of the foot from here. And then we'll do that same one where we're going to wake up the toes a bit more. So you can thread your fingers, if it works, through your feet. If that doesn't work, you could just take finger and your thumb and move your toes about if this one doesn't work for you. Just take time just to give it a nice feeling of releasing, waking up the toes. You think about our feet really are our connection to the earth, and then circling in that other direction from here. It always feels nice when you release the fingers. It's a bit like when you paint your toes and you put the toe separators in, and when you take them out, they feel really nice, your feet. And then slowly release, notice how they feel. And then you can give your legs a nice stretch out from here. So stretch your legs out. You're going to take a moment to come into your staff pose, your dandasana. So legs are extending, arms or your fists are down by the sides of the body. And we're going to lift ourselves up, shoulders nice and relaxed. And just really focus on your legs and your feet, sending this energy down into the feet, down into your legs. And feel connection to the earth through your sit bones from here. Take a few more moments just to really wake up the legs, wake up the feet. And then slowly release from here. You can start to roll over and bring yourself all the way over onto your all fours position from here. Hands nice and spread from here. We'll start off with a couple of cat stretches. So as you do them, you want to think about stability, not only through your hands and your knees, but also through the fronts of your legs and the fronts of your feet. They're also stability as well. Inhale, tailbone lifts, front of the body and the head lifts. And breathing out, rounding over, draw into the navel. Take an inhale, tailbone lifts, front of the body and your head lifts. Breathing out, rounding over, draw into the navel. Last one from here, inhale, lifting. And exhale, rounding over, draw into the navel. Back to your all fours. We're going to work our downwards dog or any variations against the wall or dropping down to the forearms if that's better for the wrist today. You can bring some weight back towards the heels. You can lift your knees if it works. And then lifting up, coming into your downwards dog. And take a moment to notice what that feels like on your legs and your feet today. If you're feeling particularly tight, you can walk out through the legs for a few moments. And then let yourself just rest. Bring some weight down in towards the heels. Feel grounded with the earth. Think about the hands pressing down. An equal weight into the feet as well. And slowly bend the legs, come down to your knees. You're going to sit back to the heels. You're going to take a variation of child's pose, but a wide-legged one. If it doesn't work, find your usual one. But if it's good for the hips, we're going to open out the knees, and you can have your toes touching big toes, or I quite like to cross my toes in here. You're going to lift up, inhale, and then as you breathe out, starting to come forward from here. Starting to release down towards the earth and allowing our head to completely relax and feel supported with the earth. And you might bring yourself back to your intention that you made at the beginning of the class and just maybe silently repeating that to yourself, connecting it. The more we connect to these feelings, these intentions, the stronger they get. Nice long, slow breaths. And then slowly lifting up your head, start to walk the hands back from here. You can start to release the feet from here and coming back to the all fours. Going to press up again into our downwards dog and just think about even way out through your hands and your feet from here. And then we're going to come to standing. So bend the legs slowly, walk your feet towards the hands. Hands can come to the hips, and then we'll lift up and come all the way to standing from here. We're going to do a bit of work again, waking up the legs from here, the feet. It might be one. I've done it a few times in class. I really like this one. So you're going to take your feet hip distance apart, just tiny bit actually, tiny bit closer than hip distance apart. And then if it works, you're going to just turn your big toes in ever so slightly, so it might feel like you're a little bit pigeon toes. And then you're going to bend your knees just slightly from here. And what you kind of want is your knees that are going to head over towards your second toe, roughly, direction. And just relax your hands from here. And then just to energise our connection with the earth today, you're going to think about the four corners of your feet, of each foot from here. So you take that weight into the outside edges, those four corners. So it's nice and even. You're not rolling to the edges, but you're not rolling inside. You feel your weight spreading down towards the earth. You might even close the eyes if that feels good, just to take awareness down into your legs and your feet. You might connect with your affirmation while you're here. You just spend a couple more breaths. And then slowly just release. Keep your legs in that same position. We're going to have a couple more rounds of that. You can either just keep the legs to what we did, or the next bit from here would be to a movement where you're going to bend and lengthen the legs. So when you start to lengthen the legs, we've spoke about this one in class before, you don't want to completely lock the legs out. When you lengthen the legs, you want to just lengthen them roughly to about 90% from here. So hands can rest, or you might even just have your hands pressing down towards the earth without tensing the shoulders, just feeling that downward flow of energy that we're working towards creating from here. So what you're going to do is inhale, you're going to start to bend the legs, and then breathing out, lengthen the legs. Remember to not completely lock them out, only straighten them to 90%. You do that a few times. So it's the inhale to bend the legs, and then breathing out, pressing down into the legs and the feet. So you're going to do that a few more times. Inhaling to bend the legs. Breathing out, really be aware of this energy that you're sending down the legs, down into the feet, down into the earth. We'll do 3 more. Inhale, bending. And then breathing out, really energising those legs and the feet, waking them up. Inhale, bending. And then breathing, pressing, extending, making sure we're not locking out those legs. Last one. Inhale to bend. And exhale, really think about that energy that you're sending down the legs, down the feet. And then slowly release. Give the legs a shake. You don't really need to do that for too long to start to feel the effects. You might have felt a little bit of trembling that's going on. That's what you want to feel, just this drawing, kind of like down and up of energy from the legs and the feet. Very nice. So you're going to come to the front of the mat from here. We'll just start off, first of all, with some half forward folds. So take the feet hip distance apart. Inhale, we're going to lift up. You can look up if it's good. Breathing out, soften the knees, folding forward over our legs. Inhale to lift up halfway. And then breathing out, folding over. Inhale, pressing to the feet, lifting up, coming up. And then breathing out, releasing down again into our forward fold. And inhale to lift up halfway. Breathing out, folding forward. Inhale, lifting up, coming all the way up. Breathing out, we're going to come forward straight into that forward fold again. Inhale to look up halfway. Exhale to fold forward from here. Soften the knees. Inhale to lift all the way up. Exhale, hands towards the chest this time, coming down from here. Going to release the hands. We're going to do a couple of our sun salutations. The traditional ones that we looked at the other week it's quite a while ago now in class. So for this one, try to take your focus into feeling grounded, feeling stability, feeling your connection to the earth. So we'll only do 2 full rounds. So the front of the mat, your feet are going to be the same position, where it's going to feel good to come forward, either hip distance apart or feet a little bit closer together. Arms down by the sides of the body, take a couple of breaths. And then inhale, so we lift up the arms, palms together. You can take a back bend if it feels good. Breathing out, soften the knees, we're folding forward. Think about our connection to the earth from here. And inhale, you're going to step back into a lunge position with that right leg. You can lower the knee from here. Then breathing out into our plank pose, or you can drop the knees for a half plank pose. And hold that breath out, bring your knees down to the floor. You're going to bend the arms, you can do your knees, chin, chest, or lower down to the floor. And then inhale, lifting up into our cobra or baby cobra. Going to breathe out into your downward dog from here. And then inhale, it's going to be your right leg steps forward. Think about that grounding in your lunge. Breathing out, back foot steps to the front. We're folding forward over the legs. Inhale, think about the feet as we lift all the way up from here. You can bend back if it's okay. Breathing out, hands down towards the chest. Release the hands. Lift up again. Inhale to lift up. You can bend back if it's good. Breathing out, folding forward. Think about your connection to the earth. Inhale, it's going to be your left leg steps back into a lunge. Breathing out into your plank pose or your half plank pose. And take the knees down to the floor, and either lower down or knees, chin, chest as we bend the arms. And then inhale, lifting up into our cobra pose. Still think about stability. Breathing out into your downward dog from here. Breathing in, your left foot steps forward, back knee goes down. Breathing out, back foot steps to the front and you fold forward over the legs. Think about connection to the earth, stability, grounded as we inhale to lift up. You can bend back if it's okay. Breathing out, hands down towards the chest. Release the arms. And then take a nice inhale. So we'll lift up. You can bend back if it feels okay. Breathing out to fold forward. Coming over the legs, releasing the head. And then inhale, we're going to step back with that right leg from here, lower that back knee. And then you're going to step back either into that plank pose or your half plank pose. You'll take your knees down to the floor, bring your knees, chin, chest down. You're going to inhale to lift up into your cobra pose. And inhale into your downward dog pose. And inhale, it's going to be stepping that right foot forward, back knee comes down. Inhale, stepping back, foot to the front, forward folds. Think about stability and rooting as we draw up. We can root down as we draw up. We can bend back if it's okay. Breathing out, hands towards the chest. Last one on that left side. Inhale to lift up. You can bend back if it works. Breathing out, folding forward into our forwards fold. Inhale, it's going to be your left leg this time into that lunge position. Breathing out into your plank pose or your half plank pose. Bring your knees, chin, chest down, and we lower all the way down to the floor. Inhale into our cobra or our sphinx. Breathing out, think about the stability of the hands and the feet in our downward dog pose. Inhale, left leg steps forward into our lunge. Breathing out, back foot steps into the front, forward fold. Nice stability in the legs, using that arms, feeling all that stability that lets us lift up from here. And then breathing out, hands down towards the chest, releasing the arms. Take a few moments to just notice what your energy feels like from here. Feel that your connection to the earth is becoming a little bit stronger, drawing in feelings of stability, feeling rooted. We'll do a little bit of work into our Utkatasana chair pose, which is great from here. So if you've got a block or anything that resembles a block, you can use that from here. If you haven't, don't worry, you can still do the same. It just brings a little bit more focus into the legs. So your feet, they can be hip distance apart. Then we're going to take your block in between the legs. You could use a bigger one, or you could use the brick that I'm using. And the hands are going to come to the hips and you're going to squeeze this block in. You can always, if you haven't got a block, think about drawing your feet together for this one, so you draw everything together. So that's another nice option. And I feel that you lengthen the tailbone slightly so that the spine starts to lengthen. Just hold it here. And the colour that you might like to imagine that's sitting at the base of the spine is a really nice red colour. So it's a colour that resonates with the earth chakra. And just feel it maybe all around that base of the spine. Feel it moving down into the legs. Feel it moving down into the feet. The next option would be to raise the arms from here. And you might start to sink a little bit lower. And just feel your ability to connect to the earth. Maybe even mentally repeating that intention that you made at the beginning of the class. And then slowly lifting up, extending up. You can still hold the block just for a moment if you've got the block. Reaching up, breathing out, release the arms down by the sides of the body. At this point you can, if you use your block, brick or block, release that and take it to the side. We're going to do that one more time. So If you feel that was okay, you can take the feet together this time. If it's not good for the hips, just keep them further apart. We can still get that same effect. Hands to the hips, going to bend the legs. You're going to sink back into your chair pose. Utkatasana again, tailbone lengthens. Connection becomes stronger to the earth. Just look down to the feet. Can you still see your toes? If you can't, it means your knees are too forward. You need to take some weight back into the heels. The arms can lift. So if your shoulders are okay, you can interlock the fingers from here so that you have your index finger pressing and your thumbs crossing. And you can really reach out with the arms. You want to just gently engage up, draw up through those pelvic muscles. If you can, imagine, visualise that red light, that red ball of energy that is in the base of your spine. And feel it just releasing, moving down to the legs, knees, lower legs, ankles and feet. Slowly release the hands from here. You're going to start to come to standing. As you do so, we're going to take your right leg from here and draw your right knee in towards the chest. By all means, come to the wall if you need to come to the wall from here. If you can, make a few circles with your foot from here, circling in that other direction. I'm just going to turn this way so you can see, mate. And then we're going to allow yourself, it won't be this way, won't it, if I'm moving it. You can take your feet into a tree pose for Vakasana. You might take the foot lower down today. Arms, hands can come to the chest. If it works, raise your palms up from here. And think about how we can root down, how we can engage, draw up into the core. And that allows us to feel steady, but also feel this energy able to rise up only from feeling grounded and steady. Slowly releasing, take your hands back from here. Release the arms, release that position of your foot from here. Going to find that chair pose again, so sinking back. If you did it on the other side, take your knees, take your ankles together again. If it doesn't work, feet apart is fine. Draw into the navel, lengthen your tailbone. Raise the arms again. You might interlock the fingers, index finger pressing, thumbs crossing. Think about maybe even sinking down a little bit lower today, if that's an option for you. Then releasing the hands, we're starting to come to standing. This time we're taking our left leg into tree pose. So bending, we'll take the knee in first, take your knee in, bend that leg, draw it in. You're going to make a few circles with your ankles. Can you even connect to your intention that you created right now? And then slowly open out that knee. We'll take it to the side, either higher up, lower down, or toes to the floor. Hands might just be there in the chest, or if you feel that stability, that rooting, let your arms, let your palms start to raise up. Feel that engagement into the core, feel your connection to the earth. Allow this to let you rise up a little bit taller. Feel really aware of your body while you're in this pose as well. Inhale, and as you breathe out, hands down towards the chest. Release your hands. You're going to lift up that foot from here. And you're going to take that foot back down to the floor. Take a few moments to release into your hips. We're going to extend out with your legs from here. So nice wide position for our Warrior 2 Virabhadrasana 2. Hands are on the hips. That right foot turns all the way out. Left foot is forward. The arms are going to rise, gazing over that middle finger. Inhale, and as we breathe out, we're going to start to take that Warrior 2 pose. Maybe thinking about your affirmation, your intention that you made. Let it resonate, let it sink in. Feeling grounded with the feet, you're going to bend your right arm, rest it on your thigh. Top arm starts to lift up, or hand on the hip. We might even take that arm up and over. Feel rooted with both feet. Feel grounded with both feet as you draw up through the arms. Lengthen that leg. Feet to the front. Hands can rest down by the sides. You're going to turn your left foot all the way out. Right foot is forward. Going to raise up with the arms again. Gazing over towards that left side. Inhale, and as you breathe out, we're going to bend into your left leg from here, pressing back into that back foot. Take a few moments to feel weight on the earth. And then bending your left arm, resting it on that thigh. Hands can come to the hip, or we're going to raise that arm up. If it feels good, you can take that arm up and over from here. Just pause for a moment. You're going to gaze down. You're going to use your arms to lift all the way up. Feet to the front. And slowly release the hands. Going to heel toe our feet together. Returning back to the front of the mat. Just pause. Feel the connection to the earth. Let the arms lift one more time. Inhale to lift up. You can gaze up. And breathe out. Soften the knees. Folding forward. Coming forward over that legs again for your Uttanasana. Just maybe connecting to that colour red that's you're imagining at the base of the spine. And feel it moving down the legs. Feeling your connection deeper and deeper to the earth. Feel that the head is there as well. Feeling connection to the earth. You're going to bend the legs. You're going to start to come down to the floor. You're going to come all the way down onto your tummies from here. So you lie down onto your tummies and take a moment to fold the arms and let your head rest down on your hands. I'm just going to pause for a moment, connect to your breath from here. So the next bit, we've done a little bit of warm-ups with our back ends. So we're going to do last bit is we're going to focus on our locust pose. And we're going to focus on really energising the legs from here so that you send so much energy down into your legs and the feet to really connect to that root chakra. So from here, you're going to take the arms down by the sides of the body. And if you can, allow your hands to turn so your palms are actually pressed down in towards the earth. And your head is down from here. And you can take your feet a little way apart. You're going to focus on your right leg. And if you can, send some energy, without lifting it yet, send some energy. You can point the toes, point the feet, as you start to send energy right into that leg, right into that foot. With all that energy, then use that to maybe start to lift that leg away from the floor. And you don't have to lift it too far. You want to feel that you really energise that leg from here. Carry on breathing. And then slowly lower back down to the floor. We're going to do the same on the other side. So this time, without lifting it first, left leg, really press it away, lengthen it along the floor. You can start to point the toes as you bring so much energy down into that foot, down into that leg. With all that energy, start to feel it lightly starts to lift up from the floor. Just feel it, feel the connection to your root chakra, that energy from here. And then slowly lower it all the way back down. This time we're going to have a go at doing both legs. So energising both legs from here, pressing out with the toes. Feel all that energy sending down the legs and the feet. And then if it feels an option, we're going to start to lift them. It might just be a little way. If you haven't got any back issues, you might even bring your legs and your feet together. The head is still down in towards the earth. And then slowly lower all the way back down. Release the arms, fold the arms for a moment. Take a few nice, easy breaths. You can always shake out your legs or your feet if they need a bit of release from here. When you're ready, just start to slowly lift yourself up. Move yourself back so you sit back to the bottom. And you're going to come all the way back down to the floor. So rolling down. Hugging the knees in towards the chest. Just gently rocking from side to side. You might even be feeling warmth from the energy that you've created in the legs. You might be feeling it in the rest of the body. Just take the feet down, legs hip distance apart or a little bit wider feet. The arms are going to bend, or take the arms out to a T shape. And just a few moments, just releasing the spine by taking the knees in one direction, head to the opposite. Then bringing your head back, inhale. And as you breathe out, drop your knees to the other side. Just doing one more on each side. Nice release now for your spine. Once you've finished that last side, allow your arms to come down by the sides of the body. And just prepare to let the body rest in your Shavasana. You might decide to keep the legs bent if you're feeling it in the back right now, or it might feel okay to extend out with the legs. Let the body start to become heavy from here. Feeling your connection to the earth once again. Just feel your connection to the earth and draw up that energy. And feel that you can release anything that you're holding on to, anything that is unnecessary right now. Just allow it just to go. Good. Just feel this calmness that you've created in the body now. Feel at peace and at home in your body. As you just watch the natural rise and fall of the breath, you might say to yourself a silent affirmation: I ground myself with the ease of my breath. Just feel the more that you release, your body becomes a little bit heavier. Feel the weight of the body on the earth right now. So if you wish to stay a little bit longer, then allow yourself to have as much time as you need to rest. If you're ready to come up, take a few nice deeper breaths from here. Feel that the breath wakes you up. Wriggle fingers, wriggle toes, wake them up, wake up hands, wake up feet. Raise the arms and have a nice stretch from here. And breathing out, release the arms, bend the legs, hug the knees in towards the chest. Just give yourself just a rock from side to side. When you're ready, roll over onto the right side of the body. And then let yourself, without disturbing yourself too much, just come up into your comfortable seated position. If you can, let your palms face down so that you harness and connect again with that downward flow of energy. Let them just rest and just feel that stillness that you've created. So the root chakra is really all about, as well, connecting to the body, being present. Just read you out something really nice, and it's called Get Back Into Your Body, and it's from Journey to the Heart. Whenever you find yourself drifting away, losing touch with yourself, jumping back from the present moment to some far off point in the future, get back into your body. Instinctively, when we become afraid or find ourselves in a painful situation, we may leave our bodies temporary. We may shut down, move our consciousness out, abandon or ignore ourselves. Sometimes it's natural to go numb, to just go through the motions until things calm down. It's easier than feeling. But shutting down our bodies and emotions, disappearing as a way of life, won't get us where we're going, to the heart. Living with an open heart means we stay present for ourselves as much as we can, as much as we need to. We feel the feelings that come our way. You are safe now. You know how to own your power. You know how to lovingly care for yourself and nurture yourself. The last bit of that, let's see if it just resonates with you. You're powerful now and powerfully connected to yourself. Get back into your body. Come back to life. So let your whole practice seal. Bring your hands together. Bring your hands in towards your heart centre. And take a slow, peaceful bow, moving your head, connecting it to the heart. You're going to let your eyes softly blink open. And as you inhale, lift your head, lift your heart. Namaste. I hope you take those feelings of feeling grounded, feeling peace, feeling stability into the rest of the day and the rest of the week with you. Take care.